Mamma me, mamma me, mamma me, mamma me, mamma mo, yeah, da 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 da. We're back. We're doing Tennyson's live project file breakdown of Telescope today. I hope everyone's doing all right. I hope everyone's staying safe. And I hope that streams like these are helpful if you're bored out of your mind. Kari's sitting in the background today working. Oh, and watching the stream. Okay. Let's full screen this. I almost exited OBS. All right, if I full screen Ableton, that works, right? All right, sweet. All right, so I think before I get into the actual project file, I want to start with some of the first versions of it. So I'm gonna open those. I should have had that ready. I think next Sunday I'll do a breakdown of Virgil and Sleepwalk, just because they're pretty small project files, and probably I'll have time to do something else too. All right, so this is well, not the first version, but the first save before I started adding numbers to it. I might have the first version in here let's see. That'd actually be more interesting. Let me try opening this. We have so much, obviously, we're waiting to announce what's going on with the tour, but it's just such a mess on the booking agent side and all of the venue side and stuff. So we're trying to work out all that stuff before we do any announcements on tour changes. Yeah, it's pretty rough in the music industry world. Luckily, I can sit at home and just work on music, but everyone else that's involved but not making music is screwed. It's pretty rough. All right, so yeah, this is the very first version this is the first open and close. I was at home. I think I was home for a few days in the middle of a tour and I made this. The bell is definitely hitting different.
Send the ride, take me as I go. My eyes are to you. Send the ride, take me as I go. I had this hope in life.
That is so weird.
I had this hope in life.
Definitely, yeah. So what I did before I rewrote the melody is just do this.
I had this hope in life.
All right, hope in that.
Hope in life.
Yeah, but the first thing I sang was staying on that note.
I had this hope in life.
And it was funny, when I was recording the vocals, it was really difficult to record just these demo vocals, I remember, because I don't sing like this. So I'm like, I remember my throat hurt after just getting these couple takes done.
Send the ride, take me as I go.
I was trying to sing, I think I did a better job on the final vocal track than the demo vocals on this one. Usually it's the opposite, but I think it sounds better on the final one now. So this main sound, I penciled it in, but this sound is from, oh, thank you, Miles. Let me turn up my computer audio, or maybe I shouldn't. Usually that's so loud. I'll set it at 65, 64. So this sound was originally from a Bjork song. It was a quick sample like this, and then I just duplicated the end. so I could get the sustain on it. And I used this sound on All Yours. So I'll play All Yours. Just like old song. You can hear it in the intro. Maybe not. It's probably. What is this?
Save our time finding your phone.
Oh, you know what? It's more. Maybe in this section? It's really hard to hear. I think it's doing this though. Well, it's in there somewhere. And then when we play live, I have it turned up, and so when we're doing the intro for All Yours, I'm going like, just so that my left hand is doing something. So I'm playing like. So I had that sound on my computer, like bounced out for the live show. So that's where this sound came from, the main sound. And then this, I mean, I'll open it on the main project file, but this is, I love doing this, just using the splice mode on like percussion loops and stuff, because you get all the, and this one had this like sick, like way too loud sound to it on these. So that's where those like teet teet teet. And I ended up making this sound a lot better, so I'll open it on the actual file. But after that, I mean, I guess I'll open the normal one. Not the normal one, but the non-first save. So just a couple more tracks in this. Is it a different key already or not? I wonder. Somebody's paying attention. Anyways, I'll go over this stuff later, but I'll show the sections that I couldn't get right. So this used to be in the song.
Know exactly, but it gave me hard. Sure, you know exactly where it's at. Know exactly about the baby I had over you.
Very pop. I'm glad I didn't do it. I'm pretty sure I recorded this in the middle of our tour last year in the US. We had, I think, 6 days where we didn't have any shows. And so we drove from LA to, where is that? Why can't I remember? The casino town in the States. Not Las Vegas, but the other one. Reno, yeah. We were in Reno for 6 days staying at a casino because it was like $40 a night, because they get people in there for cheap so that they'll spend all their money in the casino. And so it's like a cheap place to stay, but like we'll never do it again because it was such a nightmare. Yeah, if you were following my Instagram stories back then, I was like waking up super early and making coffee in the casino using the water from like the food place they had there. It was pretty nasty. And I'd get up at like 6:30 a.m. and there'd still be like a room full of people that hadn't gone to bed yet, just like. And so there wasn't really a lot of quiet places, but I found like a stairwell that led to a parking lot, and so that's where I recorded these vocals.
Know exactly, but
I can tell because of the reverb.
know exactly, but it gave me hard. Sure, you know exactly where.
Here's another section.
Know exactly.
And that yelling is Tess, because I was like, yo, meet me in this weird staircase that I found. And so she's like, yay. I don't know what she said, but she was trying to scare me. And then Warren, our tour manager, we made him pick us up at this weird place because we like didn't even know where you are. In the casino, it's so easy to get lost too because they want you to like never find the way out. Oh, here's another section. Yeah. Anyway, that stuff just wasn't working. Like, I kind of like it, but when something's like just not working, I just leave it. This stuff is from, this sounds good because I sampled XYZ. Like, this stuff is, that's just from, here, I can drag one of these out. Which is slowed down. But yeah, fast, it sounds pretty crazy. All right, moving on is, I think, oh yeah, so lately, if it's a vocal song, I like to make like a really rough demo, just using like scraps of the current tracks that I have. So that's what this is. This is the first demo. So I think this is when I repitched it. Yeah.
Take me as I go.
So this, I wish I knew where this was from. Oh, I know, I do know where this is from, but I lost a lot of the tracks that I made into this. And yeah, I'm sampling another demo that I made here, just like around the same time. And so when I was making the demo, I was like just searching for other stuff that I made that I could use. And so that's where the drum came from. I'll talk about the lyrics in a bit. Thanks, Jolly Pod. But there's the music. And so like a lot of the ideas for the song came from just repitching the demo. So yeah, here we go. I really like the Ableton repitching artifacts, like it gets all buzzy. Okay, I'll go over vocals when I do lyrics, remind me. Well, I'll go over all that stuff. The Vocaloid we used for the tour announcement was just Tess. I had her record each syllable. So she'd be like, San Francis. I wrote the melody and then I had her just like record each syllable and then I put each one on the push and pitched it up like 7 semitones. All right, and then, yeah. But yeah, this was really helpful for the song. It turned it into a song instead of like failing to make more sections. And like all of the cool ideas I think came from this. You can hear me beatboxing in here. I do this thing when I'm like onto something and I'm really excited and I'm like scared not to put every idea that I have down. So That was the old ending. All right, so I'll open now the actual project file. I like to use groups less as organization, but more like as processing multiple tracks at once. But I prefer to have everything like open so I can see everything at once. Everything here is grouped from when I bounced out the stems. So, but it makes it nice for streaming because I can see everything like in steps. So that's why everything's grouped after I said that. I'm glad you like the Casbo remix. All right. So this is the whole song, and basically the export of this is the same master as what's on Spotify and stuff. I didn't do any. I think I did some EQing or like exciting and then limiting. Yeah, fart bass for sure. Where's the fart bass? I mean, everything's fart bass. Yeah, this is the bass line I posted on Instagram too. All right, so this bass is split up into, I hate EQ3, but sometimes you have to use it. Oh man, this is panned 10 to the left, I think, because I didn't know that my headphones were broken at the time. So I was trying to center it. So on the low, there's nothing on there. And then I have an auto pan on the higher frequencies. That way I'm not panning the bass around, but I'm just panning the top end. And then I have erosion on that. I'll turn up a little bit. I like EQ3 because I can split it, but it does add like a bunch of weird bumps in the EQ. So I have two chains, one with the low frequency turned on, and then one with the mid and high frequency turned on, and then the like frequency cutoffs are the same on both. So one is low and one is high. All right. Bass sounds weird there because it's filtering out. And then the actual patch is pretty boring. I think it's just saw. It's not even mono, which is weird. I usually do the bass in mono, so I can do like. Okay. Next is this guy here. This is also pretty boring. I'll just skip that. There's a couple of cool lines in it, I think, in the second verse. Oh yeah, let me show the bass in this one too. I'll turn off the frequency cutoffs. I really like this part, the doo-doo-doo-doo. It reminds me a lot of 303. Yeah, the EQing is really extreme. All right, that's it for the bass. I might have added a 303 plugin too, I wonder. All right, so this is Melody A, which is like all the soft stuff that's not percussive, so that when I'm mixing outside of this project file, I don't have to do any like compression stuff with this. And then it's nice to have the more percussive stuff, so I have Melody B here. And I can like mess with the compression on that separately. All right, first track here is this East Indian sample. I can't turn off the processing, so I might look for the original. That's basically it. A lot of that. It sounds like, I thought it would have been a vocal sample since it sounds so much like vocals. Little ideas. Basically, like when you're layering as you go. So you're not just adding a bunch of stuff at once. You're kind of like adding something that sounds good with that, and then something that sounds good with that, and then like eventually you have to turn stuff down, and like a lot of it gets lost. It's almost meaningless. Sometimes I'm like listening to 5 tracks and I'm like, this could be just one track and serve like the same purpose, just because all 5 tracks are so quiet that like maybe just like one synth sound would have the exact same like tonal effect when it's all layered. So it's kind of like, yeah, meaningless to have so many layers like this. All right, next up is this is just a contact cello. Yeah, sorry, I was reading comments. Oh, I forgot to open. Well, I'll open it after this since it takes so long to open this one. But this stuff is from that idea. I guess I did kind of go over it. I'll just play it here. So this was, I was really happy with this idea, and then one time I was listening to it and I was like, I can't use this. Like, I was like super into it and I was like having fun making it, and then I was like, this is not gonna ever get released. I'll skip to the vocals. Anyway, so I was pretty down. Like after that, I was like not enjoying it anymore. So when I figured out that I could use it in this song, I was pretty happy. So I ended up using everything from it in the chorus of this song. Where is it? Yeah, here we go. There's some stuff here. And a couple other things somewhere. This one. So here's. Yeah, basically that's that stuff. Okay. Where was I was here. It's probably dumb to just go like top to bottom, but that's the way I'm going to do it so I don't miss anything. This is stuff that I have no idea where it came from. I must have made it in a separate project file, but I was looking for it before this and I couldn't find it. This is another Bjork sample. I've used this a lot. I like the texture of it. Yeah, this sounds like it's been changed and flattened or something. Oh, no, you know what it is? There's a group on there? Okay, yeah. So that's just going up. This is another Bjork sample. And then this, I don't. Oh, what the hell's going on? What is this one? Oh, this is also from that After You demo. All right. This is a little bit at the end that I wanted to add in because I heard the melody and it wasn't in there, so I wanted to add it. So it reminds me a lot of Bibio, so that's why it's called Bibio. Yeah, so that's kind of in there. If you can, maybe you can hear it. It's like really corny melody. And then I think I doubled it with some of the background vocals and then never added lyrics. What? Oh, I guess I took it out. It was like all right, this is some of my favorite stuff in the song. All right, let's see if I can find the original of this. Oh my god, groups and groups. How do I get this to play? Oh my god, that is so annoying. Do I have the group turned off? Oh, it's just turned down. All right. So when I was in school still, they had a piano in one of the like general areas. It was like a mini grand piano. And I had a spare every morning. So I played the piano for an hour. The last 6 months of high school. And it's where I wrote like With You and Lay By and like all of those songs, You're Cute. It was like all just sitting there at that piano. So I really like that piano. And then I don't know if I called the actual original school piano. Oh, piano school. And I did a lot of voice memos. So and you can hear other kids like walking by. So it was cool, like, what is it, 6 years later? I'm 24? Yeah, like 6 years. So yeah, that's what this is. And then, I think this is Lab's piano? No, Alicia's keys. When we were in Japan, we did karaoke like in downtown Fujisawa, and there was this one song with this outro with this like reversed guitar piano thing, and on the karaoke version, like on the karaoke instrumental, it was so good. I was like, hold on, what was that? Go back and like listen to this crazy like sound that they had on this outro, and it was way better than the actual track that the outro was from. So like I tried to recreate that in this track. But I don't have the project file for this, so I don't know where it went. Alicia's knees. Yeah, so everything together is like, I really like this stuff. Yeah, there's a way to randomize velocity. You just go MIDI effects, velocity. Oh shoot, can you do random on this? Maybe you can. I need a MIDI track. I don't think you can. No, oh no, you can. Okay, random. Ooh, yeah. I got scared there. Yeah, I'll answer general Ableton questions as I go through this. All right. This is a cool track too, which I have no idea how I made it. I think it was a massive patch with a bunch of LFOs and stuff. It's honestly a pretty corny sound. Yep.
Got a heart full of fear. Found the light in this love.
All right, that's it for that stuff. Also, if you have any questions about stuff that I'm going through too fast, like, I have no idea how much I should explain things. I kind of like, I'm pretty ignorant to like what I'm saying. I think everything makes sense, but it's probably all gibberish to a lot of people watching. So, oh, yeah, I'll go through the flanger. I have this flanger on the master, and yeah, I forget when I first did it. It might have been this song, but no, it was Winter Sleep that I first did this. Part of it is I don't know how good the flanger on Ableton is, so you gotta stick with the air reverb stuff, or no, the air instrument. So if I just turn it on like 100% over everything, you can hear what it's doing. And then the pre-delay is going to be how far apart each like duplication is. Usually you'd have this on an LFO, so it would be like with a low feedback for this kind of like chorusy effect. But yeah, the high feedback stuff on this is so sick. Okay, where am I? Okay, yeah, so that's where this stuff comes from. So if I so you can add tones, and it'll kind of amplify tones that are already there. So in this section, it's like blasting this frequency, and it kind of goes up at the end there. Yep, that's the flanger. I got it, it's flanger. I know it's flanger. Okay, moving on. I did this stuff. Oh, I didn't do scream. This was, I think, a flute sample at first. I used some distortion plugin to get that. Don't worry about it. Alright, melody B. I'll just play a bit of that in the chorus with all the stuff going. Your levels are always at 0. Oh yeah, wait, you mean on this stuff? I mean the groups are at 0. Everything else, and oh, I have the master at 6 because it's not clipping at 6, I think. No, I've just been turning it up and down as I like solo tracks, so it's more audible. But yeah, like if I'm playing everything, I'll do this, but if I'm going through each track, I'll do this. It's for you. Okay, we're back up. Where the hell are we? All right. Yeah, this is the chorus with all the stuff going on. Got a red line to headline. So I have another. Oh no, this is the original. So this is the main sound that does this. Never used mastering service. I've used mastering service. I've used other people to master, but I've never used their masters. I've gotten them to do it, but I usually say no thanks after I hear it. But I know a couple of mastering engineers that I'd like to work with. Like there's the guy that does James Blake stuff, and there's Mandy Parnell who does Aphex Twin and Bjork. I ran into her and talked to her at a hotel lobby in Berlin. So I have her card and her email. So, but my mastering is like so simple. I just put a limiter on it usually. So. Yeah, so this main like snake sound. Thank you, R3. So it's just going more crazy in the chorus. That's for that do do did it. I think it doubles with some of this other stuff. What else we got? Tablet delay. Oh yeah, I love this track. I don't know where it's from. It might be from another song though. And then, what is this? This is the organ from With You. So it's like. So I just reuse that sound here. Yep. Sorry for keep clipping the... Sorry. Thanks for the subscription. Okay, where are we? This is... I don't know if I think I remade the sound, but I did this way back, like Beautiful World and like What and stuff. I just like the, usually I do it with like a less soggy sound though. Anyways, yeah, that's that. And then this is the kind of thing that I just keep using over and over again, and I just don't bother to look for a better marimba sample. It works though. And then this balafon that I use in every song. And then yeah, this is better in the verse, I think. I like the verse because it's like and then like later on some more instruments join in. So it would be in the second verse, I think. That's basically like the other melodic, I don't know what you'd call it. And then that becomes the melody in the chorus. Da, 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 da. All right, so these are the like main like stabby sounds in the chorus. And I think I did a good job here. It's always difficult to do this. It's like one of those things that I feel like every producer has figured out except for me, like doing the kind of like saw stab stuff. And so like whenever I do it, I'm like always like I feel like I'm just finding some like dumb long way of doing it. So I got this saw sound. And there's some kind of filter delay. And what else? And a delay. So there, that's clean. All right, the Quika is pretty funny. It's an actual Quika. It's almost pointless. I don't know if it's really doing much. Nope. A little bit. It's like a bit of... and then underneath everything, it's gone, but whatever. I think I had originally, they were like just this. But it was a bit too dry in the chorus. That's like one of those things that were like, I can't get it to sound good. I can't get it to sound good. And then like you just put a Band-Aid on it, which was this, which just made it longer and smoother. But it used to be like this. All right. Binaural panning effects. Yeah, I use notoriously the same technique, which is panning and then putting air reverb on like room size 6. And then Ambio is also a new plugin I started using that Leslie showed me. This one. This is like similar, except you just move the knob. And then these. This is some sample. Let's see. Yeah. So I'll do a lot of like looking for a chord that's not like a dominant 7. So yeah, this is where those come from. Plus the quick out, plus the saw. This is, yeah, the doo-doo. It's a small track, but I couldn't live without it. How am I scrolling? I don't even know. Oh, am I doing this with the hand? Yeah, I actually hold down Control and Alt, even though I only have to hold down Alt. Wait. No, it is Control and Alt. It's Control, Alt, and drag. Okay. The clip audio. Oh, oh, true, yeah. So, where is it? You can drag through with Alt, and it keeps the length. Hello, otherwise fine music. Thanks for the message. Welcome to Twitch. Anyways, oh, here's the doo 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 doo. Bono. I was gonna do more with this track, but it turned out like I deleted everything except for this note. Okay, we got some la la la's apparently. Oh yeah, I also, this is from, it got flattened, and I definitely don't have the original. Delete 3. Well, maybe it got consolidated. Nope, it's gone. But this was just done with like tones mode or texture mode or something, with the grain size really high. But it's one of those sounds that like I'll never remember how I made it exactly. But this stuff is on the like little break parts. Ooh, this is not in 440, I don't think. Let me check. I need some like, oh yeah, that'll work. Where is that? Oh, this is not a massive patch. It's also a Quika. It's just a little part of it. Okay, that's not gonna work. Let me go up to the bass. That should be in key. Oh no, okay, it is in 440. Or the bass is out of key, which is probably more likely. Let's see this one. Okay, yeah, we're good. It's 440. The Cuica is my favorite waveform. Yeah. Okay, we got some more frozen stuff. This is like, I obviously had to free up some CPU. I like this sound too. It's at the end of the song. Okay, next up, Freeze 2. I have no idea what, like, where these are from. Stem bit. That's in that section there in the middle. Okay, now we're doing vocals. This is all of the vocal takes. You can see if you zoom in. This is take 72. And this is take 1562.
Let's go.
Mixed together, you know? Like over a couple of days, probably. Bright stars into view. Of the world, sun begins to flow. I wonder if there's anything from Vocals 1 in here. Sorry, I keep like going, like itching my nose, and then you can hear my like stubble coming in. Full of falling stars. I think I'm falling for you. When you hit record, it just records whatever the next file it can create is. So like, yeah, here's all of the takes. It goes up to 2079. They're pretty small takes. Sorry, I might have misled everyone. I wasn't doing like full full takes. This is just like how many times I press record on, like, so they're all like this. Let me turn it up. Some of these are gonna be like, fuck. It's just like weird. It's like one of the places where I'd say I have perfectionism, because you have like, maybe they're all like there except for 2, and so then you redo the 2 here, and then they're all good except for like, now the worst one is this one, so you redo this, and now the worst one is this one, and you redo this, and now like the first 2 don't sound good to the rest of the stuff, and so you like keep like, I keep going in and like fixing the one that sounds worse until it's like kind of robotic, which was like what I was going for. Floating far away, and they're all tuned too. 7, 16. So it's not that they're out of tune. It's like I'm trying to get the right. Wondering about you. Also, my mouth is really annoying. That like air bubbles get stuck up in my lip. I can't do it. Basically, every take has this like at the end of it, and so I'm constantly going into like an editor here like this, and then turning this up. And there's like, I think I must have fixed this one because you can see this like faint here, but there's always like, yeah, there's like my mouth has vinyl crackle. You can hear it. Yeah, so I have to like manually repair them, like doing this kind of thing.
You never know. I'm barely
Also, I can't sing, so that's why there's so many.
but no,
Like to get the like vibrato like normal there is hard for me.
but no. Got a heart full of falling, full of
Oh, there's okay. These Fs are missing. Hold on, Fs in the chat. These are all the Fs that I fixed.
got a heart full of falling.
So the Fs are really, I don't know. I really don't like F sounds.
Falling
So I'll like go in and fix all the Fs.
stars. I think I'm
Fun.
falling for you.
And then, okay, now it's a good time to go over the vocal processing.
Found a light in this lonesome sky.
All right. Is there a DFer? No.
Found a light.
Like D, imagine like a D-O-er. You just can't say any O words.
In this lonesome sky.
All right, let me turn off all of the processing, which is conveniently in a group.
In this lonesome.
So here's without anything on it.
Found a light in.
Oh, well, let's turn that off too.
Found a light in this lonesome sky. It's crazy, but it's all that I've got. Found a light in this lonesome sky.
So like big high pass, compressor, auto tune. This is air reverb. So same as always. Just adds like, it makes it less annoying. Like it makes it less like my voice is the size of a needle point at the center of your head.
Crazy, but it's all that I've. Crazy, but it's all that I've. Crazy, but it's all that I've. Crazy, but.
Anyways, yeah. This is like set to 6%.
Crazy.
Here's 100%.
Crazy, but it's all that I've.
So I have it, I just set it to 100% and get the space right that I want, and then
Crazy, but it's all.
mix it in. So, yeah.
All
You could probably do it if you had like 2 room mics and a vocal mic or something.
hot time.
But I hear all the time on like pop records and like just a lot of records just don't do that. And I find it really annoying to listen to on headphones.
Oh, it might be. I is long.
Like it's like dry. It's like having a dry sponge inside your brain.
I is long's your hawk. I is long's your.
All right. Yeah, there's my...
Though it might be when my heart turns.
It's sad that I redid this stuff too to try and get it like perfectly imperfect.
When my heart turns like a bad dream.
Originally on the demos, I just had like pitched it up an octave, but I found that it sounded better if I just kind of barely sang the chorus like this.
Bad dream.
Here's the dynamic EQ. Just this is what I'm using as a de-esser.
Bad dream. I'm okay with it. I'll keep staring.
So you can see it's catching the S's.
Keep staring out. Though it might be million light years.
You've been hearing it as Wet Dream. No.
Okay with it. I'll keep like a bad dream.
No.
When my heart turns like a bad dream.
No. Why? Why did you say that? I can't unhear it. No! It sounds more like Wet Dream than Bad Dream. God. Why did you do that to me? I'm not okay with it. Rest in peace lyrics. Exactly. Thank you, Menas. By the way, I'll just put this out here. If you have Amazon Prime, you can sub to me without it costing anything. So you just give me free money from Jeff Bezos. Okay, here's the background vocals. Oh wait, no, I didn't do the diffuser delay.
I can carry on. Dream about you.
Okay, let's turn all this back on. I think it... Okay, so here's the...
Dream about you.
how this works.
Wondering about you. Wondering about you.
This is just always going, I think.
Wondering about you.
Yeah, so it just catches the end of it.
You. Writing down words you'll never know. I'm barely
And then it's really cool because you can go like,
know.
and then like cut it off
I'm barely
and do like weird like,
know. I'm barely hanging on.
yep.
Eyes a light in the slow. Found a light.
Like on this one. Found a love.
Found a light in this lonesome sky.
Yeah. All right, background vocals. This is me. And then this is Hikari sitting behind me. What the hell? That's me too. Sorry. I'm kind of flustered now after Wet Dream lyric. All right, this is both me, and then here's Hikari. I'll turn it up really loud for her. I think she's listening with headphones.
My voice is really delayed, so I can hear you talking different things, but I'm listening to different things.
Where is it on yours? You can hear this.
Oh, no,
Huh?
yeah, I can hear that now. My voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. Hmm. I'll just keep playing it to drive her crazy. And then we got a whistle. All that very nice chorus of ridiculous. Let's just boost this. Oh, it is boosted. Okay, yeah, that's the background vocals. There's some stuff on this track. I should make sure that I'm not. Okay, this is the last stuff now. It's all of the drums, which I think is probably the most interesting part. All right, I'll just go over the chorus here. The last one. I'll play it and then I'll go through it. Oh, this is more sick on this section here. All right, let's go. I'll start with this cool section. So I have this is from that first After You demo. I'll just play it again, just in case I think there's new viewers. So I took those drums. And there's just a bunch of EQ on it. This is like the dumbest EQ I've ever seen. That is so funny. Plus, like, if you add this one in there too, what is that? That one's at like here. This one's here. If you added all these together, it's just a flat line, I swear. Thanks, Sadmavan. All right. So yeah, in this section, I'm taking the drum loop and just going like 2 octaves up. You can't see my cursor? Wait, what? Oh, shoot. I wonder how long it's been like that. All right. And it also wasn't full screen. All right. So this, like, for instance, this one. Oh, that one's getting hit by this. So, like, if I drag any of these out, they're like all... And then that's paired with this other track, which was just this like percussion loop that went through the chorus. And so I did a lot of mashing that up too. This is all because I beatboxed that one day. So that's getting hit by the flanger. No, it's not. I take it back. And then some of the stuff has like automation on the pitch as well. I'm not sure about this one. But like stuff like that. Anyways. So these two tracks together are that crazy stuff. Just like, it's pretty fun to do this. Just kind of, there's no rules. You just make what sounds cool and just screw around. Oh, Ableton Mobile. That's, I forget which one I used. I was trying a bunch out to see which one would work best. I think if you use TeamViewer with an iPad and with an external Bluetooth keyboard and mouse, and then stream the audio outside of TeamViewer, so like stream it through Discord or something. I don't know if, I think Discord would like super compress it. There's gotta be, I never figured out the audio perfectly, but you could use like some like compressionless streaming for audio. All right, yeah, those are the drums. And then in the main chorus, I have these two loops going. Another loop. This is from like Pegasus or something. This is from another song. Just a lot of stuff going on for no reason. And then this is the... Where's it? Am I in the chorus? Yeah, I am. So this group has all of the like snare functioning sounds. And I just programmed this slowly. Oh no. Let me do... Oh, where am I? There's a hotkey, right? It used to be, I thought it was S before, or H. Oh, there we go, H. So, I'll go through each one quickly. That's that sound from the intro, just with a better pitch on it. Trap snare, 808 snare, bamboo snare, and this is like the, you can hear it in the verse.
Floating far away.
Dum 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 dum.
Floating far away.
Yeah, I just kind of programmed them in, wove them around, and then I think I duplicated it. Like I didn't do a lot of, let's see. Yeah, this just duplicates. I got kind of like whatever about it. And then there's a bloop, bloop, bloop.
Writing down words you never know.
Hat. Yeah. So in the chorus,
Gotta have
more stuff. Just a ton of stuff. It's almost like pointless. It really is. You could do it with like 2 tracks. Do I glue them all together? No. Never. Let me do it. I'll do it for you. I use glue compressor sometimes. This is like how you use it, right? Glued together. And then you just mix it in a little bit. Okay, I know how to use this. I do. I like 3 or 10. Depends what I'm doing. And I like slow release. And it's always 2. That's done. Yeah, no, thank you. I can go over this. Like, basically your attack speed is how fast it takes for the compression to kick in. If it's set to 0.01, it's like as soon as the transient comes in, it's cutting the audio. And then if it's below the threshold, if it's set to 0.1, it'll go back to normal gain. But the release is how long after it's outside of the threshold it stays pulling the gain down. So if you have it to a second, it's going like, right now it's the snare comes in, it's like, and then if you have this set to 30 milliseconds, now the beginning of the snare still comes in, so it's like, and then it's cutting the after the nice part of the snare, and it's cutting all the tail off of it with the slow release, like 1 and 1.2. So if I just solo the snare sounds. So you can see it's like, I mean, there's a better way to visualize this, but if I try and match the gain, that's about similar gain. You can hear it just kind of like hits the headphones differently, and it's all right, but also too much transient can. This is like basically the settings this is set to now is like a transient booster. You can hear like at the beginning. But if you have a lot of tracks too, then it's really, this is not really useful. Yeah, it's like you can use it for it's basically like pulls up all of the quieter stuff and turns that stuff up, basically. Okay, where are we? I don't actually know that much about compressors. This is originally, I think this, oh, here, I have the original. No, I don't. Do I? No, I don't. This was, I think, a massive patch, though. And some cymbals. More cymbals. Cymbals are like kind of a pain in the ass. I'll turn them all off and you can hear like how important they are. For some reason, they're like 90% of the energy of a section. Do you lay out the track structure before you start producing? Yeah. Earlier I went over like the demo I made just using like I bounced out a few stems and like section ideas, and then I arranged them. I just arranged those tracks kind of crudely, and then I can layer on top of that and use that as like an idea for the song as like the first demo. I notice you have cuts and boosts at 10K. Yeah, it's just for... We should do a little hearing test on the channel. Hold on. I'm really curious. I can't hear... let's leave this. Hopefully I don't blow out everyone's ears. Okay. Can everyone hear that? That comes through, right? Okay, so I'll turn it down. It's gonna get a little annoying here. It's alright. I'll make sure that it's not killing everybody. So we're at 10K now. This is the frequency my dad can't hear anymore. Or actually, he can't hear 10.5, I think. So he can't hear this. I can still hear it. And then... this is about as much as I got. You can turn... so like, I can't hear anything up here. I can hear this. Can't hear this. Hear that. Can't hear it. Hear it. Can't hear it. But I know some people like Leslie, I don't know if he's here, but he can hear up to 20K. Like, can anyone hear this? It's not that loud though. Like if you go down to a normal pitch, this is the same volume. But yeah, there's a website called Human Benchmark. Why is it still going? Oh my god, the test tone goes after you close it. Yeah, there's a website called humanbenchmark.com, and you can do like a better test for that to see where your cutoff is. 19K is your tinnitus? Are you sure? Whoa, that would be pretty annoying. I was doing my, this morning I had earplugs in and all of the electronics off, and I was just listening to my tinnitus, because you can make it go down just by listening to it and like focusing on it really hard and trying to relax. You can make the, at least for me, I found that like it's connected with stress. And so like, if I just relax and listen to the tones and like embrace them in a weird way and just try and like sink into them, I can usually get them to like disappear. But I was listening today and like playing a tone generator to figure out what tone it was, and it was 666 hertz, like exactly. That's how I started my day. Yeah, I was doing some Google searches too, like to see if, like, because I always thought that everyone's ears rang when you have like complete silence. But apparently some people literally in complete silence, all they can hear is their body fluids and their heart beating. That's basically it for this song. If you have any questions, I'll answer them. You can hear blood moving inside your skull, apparently, if you're really attentive. Like you can hear your heartbeat clearly, like boom, 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 boom. Also, your heartbeat, I find if I listen to my heartbeat in complete silence, there's like boom, but then there's like boom, boom. And then there's like all these little booms, which I think are like the blood hitting the ends of my body in different places or something. So it sounds like so maybe that's what like the blood sounds like going through your head, because there's like the boom, boom, and then the boom, boom in your head, and they all add to make like a 16-note pattern. Try it though, like find a very quiet room and put in earplugs and see if you can hear all your heartbeats. You hear a whoosh in your left ear when you bend down. Oh, that's crazy. There will be a VOD, and also there's a YouTube channel ran by somebody, I don't know who, but they upload all of the streams called Musical Streams. If you look up Tennyson stream on YouTube, you can find it. Every stream that I've done is up there. The sound at the very, very end. Sorry, I'm reading comments. It's kind of a combination of all the tracks. And then the main one is in the percussion stuff. Right here. So that's just like cutting up the drum loop. Oh, did we figure out who Musical Streams is? I don't know. I feel like they don't watch the stream. They just like get a notification when I've streamed and then download it and upload it. Or maybe it's automatic. I don't know. Yeah. That's everything. Samples from. On this one, this is before I had a big vinyl sample pack, so everything is just from, a lot of it's from Freesound. So I have downloaded a lot of stuff from Freesound. Oh geez, my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm super, super sorry.
Hello?
There's some files in this folder too that no matter what the output volume is set to, it sends it at full volume. I'm pretty sure I deleted all of the corrupt files, but some dogs. Anyways, yeah, so I use a lot of stuff from here. I'll just search like, sometimes I'll just search like random letters and then pick that. That's how I get my sounds. And then I also have a bunch of drum packs that I downloaded like 6 years ago. And so I use those a lot because they have tons of sounds in them. This one's called Ninth Wonder. If you just look up like best drum sound packs, obviously they're spliced now, but I'm pretty sure like this one is free. There's this one. And yeah, so if I'm looking for a snare, I'll just search snare on all results, and just like there's so much stuff to pick from. I'll just like scroll through until something sounds right. And yeah, that's how I basically get all my samples, is just searching, like actually using this search here. So if I look up like violin soft, oh, that didn't work. PP. Blink. Oh yeah, all right. And then if I do like T-E-T-E-N. That's a nice one. Yeah, anyways, yeah, that's how I do samples. Kind of. It's freesound.org. There's no S. program to take samples from other songs. I use SoulSeek to download like random stuff here. So I have a lot of classical recordings and like avant-garde stuff. I'll turn this back up. I think we're good. Yeah, SoulSeek is a secret. Ooh, hi. Well, sorry, that's not that loud. You'll be fine. Inspiration tips. One of the coolest tips I have is when you're working, if you have waves, there's this plugin called Sound Shifter. Oh, I have a group for it. So I'll put this on the master while I'm working. And when I get like really numbed out or like I'm kind of running out of ideas, I'll just shift it up like +5 or something. And you get to hear it for the first time, kind of like with new ears without having to like take a 20-minute break or anything. So I'll do that, and then I'll go to -2. And then like after I've worked for like a while and I've got a bunch of stuff down, I'll go back to like the original, and then I get to hear what I just added for the first time again. And so I'm like, oh, sweet. I made that, and then that's enough to give me inspiration. That's the other thing is like the cycle of inspiration. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like, how does it go? You should look it up. It's like motivation, action, inspiration. No, motivation, action, something. I think you only need motivation and action. Basically, if you're not like inspired or motivated, you still have to do it. Like just do whatever you can. Like if you're not motivated or inspired, that's when you work. You don't wait to get inspired. And then like when you have a little success by accident or like something goes your way, that's what gives you the motivation. So that's why this helps too, is like it doesn't really feel like the same song, and so you have less pressure and you can just like add a bunch of dumb stuff. And then when you put it back down, you're like, oh, sweet. I used to just bounce out the section I was working on and repitch it like by importing the bounce back into Ableton. Also, another thing that helps is Pomodoro technique. P-O-M-O, like this. So you work for 25-minute segments instead of like trying to force yourself to work for an hour and a half. And then you get, after 25 minutes, you can take 5 minutes and just chill, like lie down or like look at your phone. Basically, like you have freedom for 5 minutes. But when the timer goes off for that, you go back to work for 25 minutes. And it makes it like pretty manageable if you're like finding it really difficult to sit down and get anything done. Like when I'm like, just the last thing I want to do is sit down and make anything. So I'll usually use that to get out of it. But once you like, I mean, really, I don't think it's a good method for working all the time. Just because it's actually inefficient time-wise. Like if you do it for 6 hours, you have done 5 hours. So it's like a 5 to 6, 1 to 5 ratio of rest to. I took piano lessons just from like random dudes my whole life until I was like 18. Yeah, definitely. They'll be better than the 6 shitty hours. But I think once you get kind of like out of that feeling of like suffering through it, you can go back to just like trying to binge work. It's kind of like more like training wheels or something to get out of like a funk. For me, at least. I don't really take a break unless I have to. Like I usually, even on like the worst days where I'm like really not into it, I'll try and like get an hour done or something. Or sometimes like my goal is to like work through the day and like push through it, but I end up just like walking around and like doing random shit all day, but like somehow I still open Ableton for at least like an hour and a half. But usually like my average is like 5.5 hours a day. And that's like including the days where like I'm forced not to work, where I have to go somewhere or like do something else. So I have this chart. I'll show it on stream. I don't care. This is where I track my mood and my work hours and other things. And my wake up time, sleep hours, sleep quality. And this way, like, I don't know, it helps me feel like when I feel like I've been like down for like a week, I'm like, when was the last time I felt good? This sucks. And then I'll look, I'll be like, oh, 2 days ago, I was like, had an 8-day. So it helps me like, especially when you feel down, you're like, you lose that ability to, like have any perspective. Like you just feel like it's always been like that for some reason. So this helps me like keep track of how I'm doing. And yeah, there's I had like nightmares all night. I had this like, I'm working on this song with this weird rhythm, and like for some reason it became my obsession when I was trying to sleep, but like in a way that I don't even care about it. But like for some reason my brain was like attached to it and just played it over and over again all night. Yeah, I haven't been doing meditation. I'm trying to. Yeah. I'm gonna get some good meditation 15 minutes in here. But recently it's like, oh, one thing I'd really like to do is after I'm done, I have a couple of years of this done, but it would be fun to like round these to like the nearest whole number and then play them on a piano and like play this spreadsheet like a tracker. And so like these would be like hi-hats, like and then like these would be the snares or something, and then these would be like the bass notes. Oh, body's how much time I spend inside my body. This is like how terrible or okay my bones and muscles feel. And willpower is a new one that I added this year, because I wanted to see the correlation between mood and willpower, and I wanted to see like work hours and willpower. But yeah, that one was interesting. And also I can see like how well I sleep, if that affects my willpower. And so you can do things like insert function, or how would you do it? You go like equals the correlation between my sleep hours and my willpower. Oh wait, sleep, comma, willpower. Okay, so negatively correlated, but barely. Like enough that it's like not correlated at all as a correlation efficient. I fill this out in the morning to get the sleep quality and sleep, and then before I go to bed I put in all the other stuff. Coefficient, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, so basically it doesn't matter how much I sleep. That's not what's affecting like how much like ability to force myself to do things. Oh yeah, this like couple days ago, this was like a crazy day. I was like, how much did I work today? It felt like 5 hours, and I was like, oh my god. I have some more stuff in here, but like run, which I haven't been able to run because of the virus, but I was doing some running back at the beginning of the year. But I just hide that column because I hate putting 0 every day. It just bums me out. What I use for work hours is this program called Manic Time. So this like tracks, like here's Ableton, and then I can see Google Chrome. This is OBS. And so at the end of the day, I can see like I spent, like so far today, I've spent 3.5 hours, including this stream though. I don't know if I showed this stuff on stream yet, so I think I made a template for it, but I'll make a new template because I've changed the file a bit. I'll send it in the Discord if anyone wants it. When you're writing complex melody lines, do you I usually write the melodies while I'm writing the chords. It's kind of like comes at the same time. So I'll just be like, as soon as I have the first 2 tracks in, I'll start like singing on it, and basically the first melody I sing is what I go with. I don't really like go back and try and change the melody I wrote. Usually I'm just kind of happy with whatever I came up with first. But I will, like, the more I sing it and like record it, I'll like kind of change things that way, like things I want to change about it. But that's what I sang like the very first time the first time I made this. So when we relearn the songs, I can show that on stream too. That would be in Tennyson. Oh my God. So Telescope is here. So I'll open this. This is the live file for Telescope. Yeah, once I run out of these project file run-throughs, I'll do some more like just making stuff and like other ideas. I'll see if Tess wants to do like something as well. So this is the live file, and this is basically it takes a couple days of bouncing out little audio files and mapping them and just figuring out like how I want to play it. And I figure out Tess's drum kit is here. And so I'll turn the drum tracks into drum racks. And so like, here's the snare, and there's 2 snares in the song. So one is like doom 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 boom, like this thing that's like changing pitch as she plays the snare drum, and yeah, stuff like that. Here's how many stuff is there? Yeah, here's all the sounds. So piano notes, cello notes, la la la. If I set this to all ends. And then I have the mono selector here. So this is like the so I'm like playing I'm produced with lately I've been using my speakers a lot more because it stops me from like mixing so much. It's like things that are like completely mono still sound good on monitors, so it helps me work faster if I use speakers. I have they're JBL 4208. They're like pretty unknown speakers and pretty ugly, but I think they're fine. And then I use this subwoofer. I don't even know what it is. What is that? No idea. It's just a sub. Yeah. The room sucks right now. I have like, you can kind of see these like sound panels that I made with like, they have house insulation in them. And there used to be one on the ceiling, but it fell out. And can you see the one in the corner there? That's like, I'll go full camera. Those on the back corners are like big, juicy home insulation. Yeah, rock wool. Those are supposed to be bass traps. I don't know if they work. And the bed helps, and we keep towels hung up on the door, which also helps. And overall, it's not so bad, but there is like some frequencies that ring, like bass frequencies. And I'd love to put a carpet in here, but it would be so nasty, but it would sound so much better. And maybe like some like other stuff on the ceilings to break the like standing wave thing. And then I have a Arturia. The Keylab 61 is what I'm using for MIDI controller. Yeah, a rug would be better. Don't use up space like reverb or delay. I guess that depends. I use a lot of delay and reverb. It's just in different ways. I think it's like excessive use of reverb, like on every snare and like kick drum and stuff like that. I'm silver 1 in CSGO. I was silver 2, but the internet started like cutting out for like 3 games, and so I had to like basically I got kicked out of 3 games and went back to silver 1. But I don't care. I like being silver 1. Me and Tess have been playing together, and Hikari, and then we've been like just inviting random people from Twitter to play with us. It's been fun. I do my own mixing and mastering. Obscure mixing tip. Obscure. Well, obscure. Hold on, I'll think of something. Obscure. I kind of know one that's not really a mixing tip, but I've always loved this thing that I have. Floating left. I'll put it on the master. So if you listen with headphones, it goes like somehow past the... I used it on a few sounds. It's better on like not whole tracks, obviously. But yeah, it's this weird stereo width plugin. And then I have a tiny delay so that when your head is center, it cancels out on one of the ears. And yeah, if you listen, so if you have speakers set up and your head's dead center, it'll be past the left speaker a little bit, like a couple of feet. Luke, make a wub. I don't know how. I think I had a little dream about that I'd love to take like a little lesson from somebody that knows how to make like all the dubstep sounds. Is Operator better? Minecraft server is down, but I want to open up a real server. I just can't... I don't know if everyone plays it anymore. Okay, wubs. I'll do one. Yeah, this is sounding good already. It's easy. It's like super like done. Okay, we need like a bunch of stuff on this. Apparently, I've seen a couple people do it, and they just like add a bunch of stuff on it. So that's what I'm gonna do here. Okay, now I'll put another erosion on sign on it. Yo, 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 yo. Yeah, yeah. It's pretty good. It's not that bad. I thought it would be worse. This automation here is not the best. It should be faster, I think. More LFO. All right, that's all right. Oh, it still has floating left on it though. What does this sound like? Oh, that's better. All right, now I'm gonna put a little bit of air reverb on it. All right. That's good. Yeah. It's pretty hilarious aesthetic for sound. All right, and OTT for sure. Oh, I got the plugin version. OTT, here we go. All right, and then what we'll do is we'll record a little bit of it. All right, and then we'll freeze and flatten this. And then we can stretch this out for some sick. It sounds like when a bunch of people all like do the thing in the video game at once. What is that? That sounds so crazy in my headphones. It's probably like creating like 400 decibels of like 10 hertz. All right, now let's put a frequency shifter on it. We got it. And then the what's that thing? Resonator, right? That one's cool. Nope. What's the one I'm thinking of? Well, we'll just do more erosions. This lost its tonality though, so I'll use the drum bus on the boom. And then I'll automate the boom with sine waves. Okay, I better stop. I feel like everyone's gonna leave. I think I'm onto something here. Okay. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next Sunday. I gotta do it. And I'll try and do Sleepwalk and Virgil and some other stuff. Thanks for watching, and display the hair. I displayed the hair last time. You missed it. It's too, it puts, like when I take my hairband out, hair goes like all over the floor. All right. I'll see you later. I'll do the riser. I don't care. Oh yeah, this one's good. Oh, we're gonna end it on a high note. Whoa, that was weird. Oh, here we go.
Oh, baby! Baby!